Hello, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be going over the presidential election of 2024. This will be my prediction, so these are not going to be accurate, but hopefully they are. So let's get started, and we're gonna fill in the colors of Democrats that are going to be safe blues. Okay. These will be my safe blues. And maybe that. Okay. And then on the Republican side, we got this much. This much people. Or this much states that are supporting the Republicans safely. Okay. We got 111 votes already. Let me check Alaska. Alaska. Okay, I'll make that safe blue. Safe red, I mean. And we will go on to, we'll start on the west coast and moving on to the east. So, for Washington, I'm gonna go with likely blue. Because if we take a look at the poll right here, or the margins, it has gone up significantly, but if you take a look at the polls right now, we can see it's 16. And 2020, it's this much, and they won about this much. So we could say it's roughly about likely maybe, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna just say it's gonna be likely blue, about 14-point margins. And then we go over to Oregon. I'm gonna say likely blue also, because their margins are pretty low, considering they were dominating in November of 2020. So, and we can see this change. This significant change from 21 to about 16, and I'll put that in likely blue. And then moving on to Nevada. Where's Nevada? Nevada. Okay. We got a 6-point margin, a 5-point margin in 2020, and it gives us 2.4. So, and then we go over to 2024. They're leading by 6. So, maybe they will lead Nevada by a lean margin, about 4 points, or it could be lower, because this is a pretty blue state for a while, for about 2 decades. So it'll be interesting. And then moving on to Arizona, I don't have much confidence in this state, because look at this election, 3.5, 2.31, and then it's plus 2.6, right? And they won about 0.31, but I'm not sure. This could be a likely state, but at the same time, kind of changes. Like, it was leading, but then it dropped to Biden's margins, and this happened. So I'm not sure. Maybe Arizona is gonna do the same thing over here. So I might have to put Arizona as a Democrat state because of the Californians moving in over these years, and this could be beneficial to the Democrats. So I'm gonna put them in tilt. I mean, yeah, tilt states, tilt Democrats. Alright. And then for Colorado and New Mexico, I'm gonna just put them in these colors. New Mexico, I'm not sure about New Mexico because there's a large Hispanic majority there, and they're leaning towards the Republicans. We can see here in these polls, they're like about 6, and Kennedy is leading by 10 on Trump and Biden. So I'm not sure about this one. It could be like lean margins about 4 points. So it might be that. And then Colorado, they got this much margins. So they got 8. Oh, they got 9. Sorry. But this isn't. Okay, never mind. This is Connecticut. Alright. Colorado, 10 points. And with Kennedy, it's, for Biden, it's 6. So, you know, it could be, likely. Yeah, it's definitely likely. Then, moving on to Texas, we got a 10-point margin, almost 11. And in 2020, they were almost about to lose Texas. But in 2020 election, they lead by 5.6. That's a huge margin right here. 10 points, that's huge. It could be, a safe red, but just to be sure, it's gonna be safe red. I mean, likely red. I don't think it's gonna be safe red, but it might be close, like 12 points, 13. To be honest, I'm expecting around 9 points, cause it kind of went down in these 4 years, but who knows? It could be safe red. And then we have Minnesota. This is an interesting state because this state has not voted Republican since 1972, and it's been Democrats for the whole, this whole margin of elections. It's like, this is the closest it has been since. So 1984, Minnesota was about there. It's like 0.18. That's really small. That margin is small. And then Minnesota is just pretty blue. Until recently, with 1.5. Yeah, it's pretty close. This is the closest since all these years combined. And then we see 2020, the margins goes back up again, but we're expecting it to be lower. We expect it to be lower this time. So I would say Minnesota might be, pretty tilt margin. I would expect it to be a Republican state now, but it's kind of unlikely. It could happen though. It could happen. Because the 2020 margins, they were expected to win 9.2, and in this margin is 7.1. And if we take this into account, because this is like 2.1 difference, and Minnesota could be winning by 0.3, okay, in the Democrat side. So maybe it's around that margin, but we don't know for sure. This is not accurate at all, so yeah. And then we take a look at Iowa. It's been red since 2016, and it's still pretty red to this state. And Ohio didn't change much, so we expect it to stay the same at a likely red margin. Sorry about that. And then Iowa, we expect it to stay the same. Let's take a look at Iowa. Right now it's 15 point margin. But with Kennedy, of course, it changes. We expect it to be around safe margins. Likely margins at 12 points. I'm gonna guess about 12 points. And then this Nebraska district, 2nd district, I'm gonna skip on that one. I'll come back to it later. Let's take a look at Illinois. Illinois, they are always safe. They're pretty safe in this decade. So, and they're always blue. They're like really blue, except for 1988. And it's probably gonna be safe blue, but taking this to account, let's look at Illinois. They have a 10-point margin with Trump, but that's in October, so we don't know for sure. With Kennedy it's 11, and with Biden it's 3. So I'm not sure about this one. In Illinois, they were supposed to be winning by 16, and it shows here they're winning by 17. So I'm not sure about this one. It might be safe. I'm gonna say it's safe blue. Okay. And then we'll come back to the Rust Belt states later on. We're gonna go down to the south, the southeast, and we're going to take a look at Florida. This state has been consistently popular, and it's been going to the right side. So, from 2008, they were leading by 2.8 in the Democrat side. And then this margin has been getting lower, lower, and lower. So from 2.8 to 0.88 to 1.2, and then even Trump losing on this election, they're still winning by a large margin. Larger margin than 2016, which Hillary didn't do good on. And we can see Florida being a pretty red state in these decades. So I'm gonna say Florida would be safe red. Likely red. And if we take a poll average right here, they're leading by 11. They're leading by 11. That's huge. They're leading more than Texas, which Texas is supposedly wetter than Florida. So, because Texas is at 10.8. So, that's what I'm gonna choose for Florida. And taking a look at right here, they're leading by 215 and 171. Okay. Now let's take a look at Georgia. This state has been red, pretty red, like really red, until 1992, and 2020, which is last election. They've been really red, except this election, so who knows? It's probably gonna change this election, but we're not sure. Let's look at Georgia. So, Georgia was supposed to be leading by about 2-point margins, but at the end of the election, they like losing out by Biden, and it's kind of skewered. Not too good. And 2024, they're winning again, so I don't know about this state. It could change again, like Arizona. So I'm not sure, because Arizona did lose to Biden, and it could happen to Georgia again. But I'm pretty sure they're red this time, but at a tilt margin, because I'm not sure. It's probably one of those wacky elections again. I'm not sure. But this is only my prediction, so this is always not going to be accurate. And then, let's take a look at South Carolina. I'm impressed with South Carolina, because I think they will be safe red. I would assume so. South Carolina, no. South Carolina. Right now, the leading. Oh, this is 2020. Okay, let's take a look at 2020 then. We could say Donald Trump was supposedly gonna win by an 8-point margin, but in the 2020 election, they won by around 12. And 2024, they're leading by a lot, by 14 points. That's huge. And Kennedy is leading Biden by 15, while Trump is leading Kennedy by 8. I think this is a safe red state, guys. So, that's another 9 electoral votes for Trump right there. Then let's look at North Carolina. North Carolina was pretty blue when the polls were counted towards North Carolina right here. Look, Joe Biden was supposed to be winning by 2 percentage points, but in this election they were winning by 1.3. Trump was winning the state. They won the state, so it's pretty surprising. And then we're taking a look at 2024, and North Carolina is doing good in the state. Trump is doing good in North Carolina. And seeing the margins, North Carolina did go down a bit, but this state might be likely states around 5-point margins. So I will be looking forward to Trump winning North Carolina pretty well. Alright? And then we'll take a look at Virginia. So, Virginia, surprisingly, Donald Trump is not losing much in the state. They're winning. They're actually losing by 4% margins. And if the other candidates were to be combined with these two candidates, they would be winning by +1. Biden would be winning at a tilt margin, basically, while Biden is winning by 3 when Kennedy is in candidates. So, who knows? This could be interesting. Alright. And then if we take a look at 2020, they were winning by 12, and which is about the same, and 10.1. And I'm not sure. Virginia, I'm gonna say it's gonna be lean margins, pretty lean. And then let's skip Pennsylvania, and we're gonna move on to New Jersey and New York. So if we take a look at New Jersey, we're going to have New Jersey. They're supposed to be winning. They were supposed to be winning by 20% margins, and they were winning by 15.9 in 2020. And then if we look at 2024, Biden is kind of missing out on here. They're missing out. They're winning by 7 to Kennedy and winning by 5 to Trump. So I'm not sure about this state, but we can probably make a prediction that it's not gonna be safe this time. It's probably gonna be likely about 12% margins. And New York, I'm gonna assume New York has a pretty close average of 9 percentage points. And in 2020, they were supposed to be winning by 30. 30 is a huge margin. But they won by 23. And in 2024, they're around 16 points. So I'm gonna say it's gonna win about 14 points in Biden. But I'm not sure. However, this is looking good for Trump right now. Even though there are some states that might, some states might decide the winner for this election, like Georgia, Arizona, Minnesota, and the Rust Belt states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Alright, we'll take a look at Pennsylvania, and I'm assuming they're doing okay. They're leading by 2-point margins. And in 2020, they were supposed to be winning by 5. And in this election, they were winning by 1.2. They were winning by 1.2. And I'm assuming they will win again with a likely a lean margin. So that would conclude for the election for Republicans. And then New Hampshire, we'll take a look at New Hampshire. Biden is leading by 4 percentage points, and that's not much considering they were leading by 7 points. And in 2020, they were supposed to be winning by 11. And I'm assuming it's gonna go with a lean margin also, just like Virginia. And about 3 percentage points. And then Maine, 2nd district, I'm gonna say it's gonna win by a likely margin. It's either likely or safe. But we don't know the polls for sure on this one. So, but I'm assuming they will win. I'm not sure about this one, but considering they were losing in the margins still, I'm assuming they're gonna win this. And like that. No, not like that. Like this. Okay, now we take a look at Michigan and Wisconsin. What, Michigan and Wisconsin. These two states are interesting. Michigan has always been blue. But these upcoming elections, they're pretty close to winning. But not really winning. Wisconsin is also interesting because they were always blue. They were always blue except for in 1984 and some of these years. Whoa. Okay. 2020. They were leading so close. So close. Let's take a look at Wisconsin first. Wisconsin is leading by 1.6. And in 2020, Jesus, they were supposed to be winning by 8.4. That's a huge margin. But look at Wisconsin. They're at .63. That's not even close to 8.1. That's not even close to 8.4, I mean. And in 2024, they're leading by 1.6. So, I don't know. This might be it's not gonna be that. I'm gonna say it's gonna be likely. I mean, lean margins. About 4%, 3%. I'm gonna assume that much. And then Michigan. Michigan is a interesting one. I'm not sure about this state. However, they're winning by 0.9. And in 2020, they were supposed to be winning by 7.9. And they're winning by 2.8. So, this state, I'm not sure. Michigan might win. I mean, Trump might win Michigan, but who knows? However, I am going to put them in Republicans, but they're gonna be pretty safe, not safe, tilt around 0.2 percentage points, just like Wisconsin, basically. I'm gonna put them at 0.2%, like in 2016. And this will almost conclude our elections. We still have Hawaii, but guess what? Hawaii, yeah, they're gonna win 34% margins. But if we take a look at 2020, oh heck no, to 29, 32. I must assume the same, even though the polls are showing 8 points, 8 points lead. I'm gonna say it's gonna be safe, still. But it could change. It could change. So I'm gonna assume a likely margin. And then moving on to second districts, we don't really have polls for this one. However, we do have the predictions on these states. We can see the second district, Biden leads by 6.6, while second district in 2016, Trump was leading by 2 percentage points. And this, who knows? Trump could win this, Trump could not. I'm gonna say they will lose by this margin. A tilt margin at 0.1, 0.5, who knows? I'm just making up stuff. And this will conclude our elections. So, Trump would be winning by 301, and Democrats would be winning by 237. And this will conclude the video also. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. Not really, because my throat is kind of dying over here. So I did have fun making this video, but but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, and I'll make 2 more videos about this, and they will be about what happens if Trump was to win by a landslide, and what happens if Biden was to win by a landslide. So, those videos will be coming up the following day of today, so they will be published on the 28th and the 29th, most likely. Or, I could get them out today. Who knows? But, well, but that's the end. So I hope you guys liked this video. I keep repeating my phrases, but yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys later then. See ya.